Very grateful to my honourable friend for giving way. He's talked a great deal about what the government has done in the past in terms of putting money into his area. But would he not also recognise that private sector investment, such as the £140 million of private sector investment we're seeing coming in the future in wild forest, represents the fact that actually a great many people in businesses are very...
Order, I think I'm going to have to help. I was allowing some leeway. I think I'm turning this into an election broadcast for all members who wish to speak. What I would say is this is about future government spending. You obviously, quite rightly, set out a bit of a programme, but I'm in danger of going round every constituency about what good measures will be, and that's not what today's about. David Morris.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. I respectfully understand that, but I do agree with my honourable friend on that particular point. Now, under the coalition, we've had to make some very distasteful decisions. But one good thing in my area I can say is that health is actually on the up. We had problems in our local hospital, which was actually put to bed yesterday in the Kirkup inquiry. But since 2010, we've had 4 new hospital wards at the Royal Lancaster Infirmary. Yes, we've had a new health centre costing £25 million in Heysham.
I'm be helpful, please. It is about future government spending. We can't say about what's being spent. I don't want the debate. Quite rightly, I've allowed leeway, and I understand there's a general election coming. But we can't just have blatantly going out. This is about future government spend, and I'm sure the government want the recognition of what they believe is going to be the future, in the same way that the opposition want to challenge the government, and I know that's what you want to do. So if we can stick around that, I'll be very grateful. David Morris.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. and thank you for indulging me in getting carried away with the good news in my constituency. But yes, where are we going to go in the future? The deficit has been halved, and as the self-employment ambassador to the government, one of the largest sectors in our economy is self-employment. I'm very sad to see that the opposition have not recognised the importance of the self-employment sector, purely and simply because, please let me finish and I will gladly give way, purely and simply because in the manifesto policy that's going to be released by the Labour Party that we've seen on the internet, it actually doesn't recognise the self-employment sector, as they see it as a failure in the labour market, which is quite wrong. And I say that respectfully to the opposition. I was self-employed for 30 years, so I do know what it's like to survive. But I would give way to my friend.
You set up very eloquently the investment we've seen in Lancashire in transport infrastructure, including £15 million invested in the rail link between Darwin and Manchester. But in the future, could he say...
No, better than tempt fate, and the fate will not be good for either. What I would say is that this is about future government spending. It doesn't need a pat on the back about spending that's already been invested. David Morris.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker, and once again, thank you for the indulgence. But what I would like to say is that the self-employment sector in this country, which accounts for 760,000 new businesses that's been created since